How's it, guys, and welcome back to Ultimate Exotics. So over the weekend we had some really nice clutches hatching, but I thought today I needed to show you two clutches of some very cool, interesting snakes that are actually indigenous to South Africa. They are considered mildly venomous, and these are shield cobras. And we've got two species hatching here, so I thought it would be quite interesting to show you. And for those of you who don't know these snakes, I think you'll really like to see them, because as babies, they are some of the cutest baby snakes I've ever seen. So let's go have a look at these clutches, and we're going to take all the babies out so you can have a good look at them, and then obviously later on we'll go get the babies set up. So let's go check these babies out. Okay, so here is the first clutch of shield nose cobras that we have that is hatched. And this is quite a small clutch. There's only 5 eggs in this clutch. Normally we have about 10, well, you could say between 8 and 10 eggs is normal. This was a second clutch, so it's a little bit smaller because they do double clutch per season, the bigger females. Now, what's also interesting about this clutch is there is a recessive mutation in these shield nose cobras, and that mutation is anerythristic. So it's the same like we see with the anerythristic corn snake, or anerythristic Honduran milk snake. It is a recessive mutation that lacks color pigment. So the normal wild type ones are this red color. The line that we breed is much redder, or we try selective breed for like high red. And these other ones that you're going to see that are white and black are the recessive anerythristics. And it was a wild type female, 100% het anery to an anery male that produced this clutch. And when you first look, you can't seem to see much here. And these snakes are mildly venomous, like we mentioned. So I'm not going to take any chances with my hands. But here are all the eggs that have all hatched out. And obviously, with these shield nose, they love to burrow. So as they've hatched out, they've burrowed underneath the vermiculite, because they're much happier when they're under the ground. In their natural environment, they spend a lot of time underground, burrowing and shoveling and going through the sand. And what you'll see with these babies is they have a modified scale at the end of their nose, much like a hognose snake. And it's a large modified scale. It's known as a rostral scale. And you can see that big rostral scale. And these guys are so grumpy, but just look at how cute he is. And this is one of the anerythristic babies. And yeah, you can see how grumpy they are. And they are like little bulldogs, these guys. They love to put on a show, but they don't bite very often. Like I said, these are mildly venomous snakes, but obviously if you're allergic to a mildly venomous snake, to the venom, you're going to have a lot of problems. But all bites that have been recorded generally just result in mild pain and mild neurological symptoms. Let's have a look at these other babies. Ooh, this little guy's upset. Sorry, guys. Whoa. Let's bring them all out. Hello, guys. Look at them go. Okay, this little guy. Okay, so you can see so far, odds have been pretty good. There we have 3 anerythristic babies and 1 of the normal wild type red baby. And look at how they go. So these are not true cobras. Although we call them shield cobras, they aren't true cobras. I'm going to move this little guy into his... I just want to see if there's one more. Okay, here we go. I'm going to take this guy, put him in here. I'm just using tweezers, obviously, because we don't want to risk a bite from these guys. And I'm just gently picking them up with the tweezers. And I'm moving them into the holding tub. And look at them go. But just look at how cute they are. They've got those short noses, that big rostral scale. They're like little bulldogs, and they don't get very big. And they just love to strike. But like I said, most of the time the strikes are a bluff, but you don't want to take that chance. And they hiss, you can hear them hissing, and they can put on a real show, these guys. I just love working with them. Kept them for many years now. And let me check if there's one more baby. There were 5 eggs initially, but possibly one could have... Oh, there he is. And it's another anerythristic, can you believe it? So out of 5 eggs from a het to a normal, sorry, a het to an anery, about half of the babies should have been anery, but we got 4 aneries and 1 wild type, which is now 100% het anery. And these guys are also a little bit dull at the moment because they're actually about to have their first shed. And the second clutch we're going to look at shortly is going to be the subspecies. So these are Aspidelaps scutatus, the shield nose cobra. And now we're going to have a look at the Aspidelaps scutatus intermedius, which is the intermediate shield cobra. And you're going to see they're quite different in appearance. But let's just have a quick look at these. I'm going to get this lid off now and we can have a look at these babies a bit closer. Okay, so here's the clutch of 5 babies. Look at how beautiful these little guys are. Very happy with them. They're all a little bit upset right now. This is all their natural defense. And as soon as this video is finished, we'll set them up into the individual enclosures where they have a nice hide and they'll be on heat. And I'm sure they'll be happy there. These guys are actually very easy to keep. They don't give many issues. They eat pinkies from the word go, from their first meal. So all around, one of my favorite species to work with if you're into keeping stuff that is venomous or mildly venomous. Okay, let's have a look at the clutch of intermediate shield cobras. We have a big clutch of 11 eggs, so let's check them out. Okay, so here is our next clutch of shield cobras, and these are the subspecies, which is the intermedius shield cobra. They are Aspidelaps scutatus intermedius, and you can see the difference straight away. They have a much more broken up speckled pattern along their body and a much lighter brown overall color with that light brown head. Also just a beautiful snake. They're not as bright red as the others, and this is a big clutch of eggs now. It's 11 eggs, so I'm going to have to be quite quick with these babies. But again, look at that large modified scale at the end of their nose, which I use to dig under the ground and burrow through sand in their natural environment. Look at how cool he is. I'm going to have to be quite quick here because there's a lot of babies. Like I said, 11 eggs, and I think all the eggs hatched by the looks of things. You can see all the eggs there. Okay, let us have a look at these other babies. Oh, this whole tub is full of babies, and as you can see, they're like burrowing. He's got their head. They've all gone, as they've hatched, they've burrowed under the vermiculite. Look at those 2 beautiful babies. They're a bit calmer than the other clutch, it seems. They're not too bothered by me at the moment, which is a good thing. I'm just going to gently move them into this holding tub just to show you the clutch. And then we've got their tubs all ready and set up for these guys. Let's have a look what else we have here. Oh, there's a lot of babies here, which is great to see. And they seem quite happy in here when they're under the substrate. We keep these on natural wood shavings, like very similar to an aspen snake bedding, because it allows them to burrow and they're quite happy in there. And then we do provide them with a moist hide as well with some damp peat. They need that little bit of moisture because you can just imagine in the environment spending a lot of time under the ground, under rocks, even though the environment's dry, where they stay underground in burrows and under rocks, you know, it does retain moisture as it escapes the sun's heat to dry up, so it stays quite moist in there. So although they come from a dry environment, they do need that moist hide. We see it is beneficial for them. Sure, that's a lot of babies. There's another one. Okay, are there any more? That's it. Okay, let's have a closer look at these babies. Okay, here is the clutch of beautiful babies here. and there was 11 eggs and 11 babies, so it was a perfect clutch and we're very happy with it. You can see they're actually much calmer than the other shield nose, the normal shield nose. There's one baby hissing a little bit there, but they're not too bothered with me like the others were. They're just happy to move out the way. And you can see they're real short, stocky snakes. They're hissing a little bit, but they're not as bothered as the other shield nose were. The scutatus, the intermedius seem quite a bit calmer. And you can see how different they are now. There's two black bands on their necks, the brown heads, and the real broken pattern. But geez, they are beautiful. They're just checking me out. They're not too worried. So nice clutch of shield cobras. And like I said, these are not true cobras. They just imitate cobras, the way they rear their heads up, rear their bodies up, and they hiss and strike to imitate a cobra, but they're not a true cobra. But again, we don't want to take a chance with a bite from these. Although their venom might be mild, you could have an allergic reaction, and that won't be good. But an all-round great clutch. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed seeing those beautiful baby shield nose. Those were two awesome clutches. I can't believe how big that clutch, that intermediate clutch was. Those 11 babies was awesome to see. And they were also a lot calmer than the normal shield nose, which was quite unusual. But great babies nonetheless. And yeah, in future videos, we're going to do some more care videos on the shield cobras. We have done one on one of their cousins, the Cape Coral. But we will do a care video in some future videos, just so you can learn a little bit more about how we keep them and a little bit more about shield cobras themselves. But overall, beautiful snakes, and I hope you enjoyed seeing those babies. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment below, and most importantly, please don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next video. Keep well. Cheers.